I have to say, this music video, this song in general, has been going extremely viral. Richmond, north of Richmond, and it's been touching a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. Let's just get right into it. This is this is just going all across the nation.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
You know, it does kind of talk about what a lot of people are facing in this country, man. They're working very long hours, very difficult jobs, sometimes working two jobs just to get by, and just for really shitty pay, and for being treated like crap throughout the whole process. It's I think this is why this song is resonating with so many people, because this is pretty much an everyday occurrence throughout America, where we're, not to go on a soapbox here, where we're going on and on about superficial issues in the news, right? And things that don't really even affect us, where everyday Americans are just struggling to get by. It's just crazy.
Living in the new world with an whole soul.
This guy can sing.
These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do.
They think that you don't, but I know that you do. Richmond, north of Richmond, which is obviously talking about the politicians in D.C., how they go in there making hundreds of thousands and then end up being millionaires by abusing and scamming the system, and they think that they're better than you. That what this guy is singing right here and speaking is just the absolute truth. These politicians think they know better than you, but they're just everyday citizens like you. You just don't have the advantage to scam a system and make millions and profit off of hard-working Americans. By the way, this guy, I gotta look into his catalog. Great voice, real. I'm not biased because he's a ginger too. All right, just saying.
Ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men, north the rich men.
I understand some taxes happen for a reason, but ridiculous.
I wish politicians would look out for minors. Not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on.
Not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord.
Okay. Oh, shoot. I think we already know what we're referencing here. Make sure that he didn't, he was not depressed at the time of making this video. I mean, it is true though, right? We don't take care of our hardest working Americans that sacrifice to provide for this country. People want to just look down on hardworking Americans like miners, for example, right? Like people that actually mine coal and, supply power to their local communities. We just want to look down on them like they're beneath us. That's what politicians do. And it's disgusting. Dude, that was... I'm sorry, I apologize, but that's a fucking good line.
God for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame.
I apologize for pausing so much, but the passion in his voice, man, he truly means this. He's convicted about this. I just have to say I respect it. This guy seems like phenomenally talented, but he does bring up some points. People do abuse the welfare system. 5'3", 300 pounds shouldn't the welfare taxes shouldn't pay for your fudge rounds. Okay, so that makes sense. I saw that on like Facebook and stuff, like memes of this guy saying that, and I was like, what is this referencing? Okay, now I know.
What the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world.
This is actually a really good song.
With an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Cause the rich men north of Richmond.
Yeah, I mean the everyday American citizens taxed to all hell, regardless where you are. Now there are some states where there isn't state income tax and things like that, but regardless, with the federal government, you're taxed up to hell. Where you have these politicians, excuse me, making millions and millions of dollars and just signing off on all these bills and signing off all these authorizations of taxing. Oh, let's tax more and more and more. Let's take away from hardworking Americans and give it to the less fortunate, which sounds good in premise, but right now people are just struggling to get by. I know, I mean, I live in the Northeast, one of the more tax heavy areas in the United States. I mean, just everything has gone through the roof in cost when it comes to rent, electricity. Everything is going up in price, and buying a home and getting things settled, it's really expensive. Like, you have to have around $700,000+ ready, whether that be in just cold hard cash or at least having maybe a quarter of that available in funds to just buy a house. And even that mortgage is such an exorbitant rate. You're paying shit that is going to take you like 3-4 decades to pay off. And not to go on a soapbox, but Americans are fed up of being, talked down to, insulted. Men just especially, right? Working these hard jobs in these factories, in these coal fields, out in the water like I do. We're talked down upon like we're less than, but we're the ones that are helping form the country. I don't know. It's just this is a fantastic song on just so many different levels. And this is why now it kind of makes sense why this is going across the nation, because I think everybody can identify with this, that we're tired and sick and tired of these politicians taking advantage of systems, and they get to just play games like with our lives and get no repercussions for it.
I've been selling my soul, working all day.
Oh, look at the pup.
Overtime hours for bullshit pay.
This is a fucking great song. Well, yeah, that was an absolute fantastic song, and I think it speaks to like a lot of Americans with the issues we're facing in this country and how these politicians are just playing games with our lives. And people are sick and tired of it. Either side of the aisle, too. Which is kind of the weird thing. Not to make this political, but it was kind of weird, some of the people being very anti this song. When you listen to this song, it's like, it's not shilling either side of the aisle. It's just kind of talking about the cold truth that these politicians that are extremely rich and don't have to worry about, the day-to-day, like an everyday American, how they're just passing all these type of bills, legislation that affects us, whereas they're in their little gated communities and it doesn't even bother them. They don't even care about their constituents. So it was kind of weird seeing a lot of left-leaning people, I'll just say, just a lot of liberals, very outraged by this song because I think both parties can identify with the bullshit of like working long hours, shit pay, and just being treated like shit overall. But yeah, if I'm gonna say a 1 out of 10 rating, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. I could understand why it's getting such large fanfare. This was a great song, and I'm gonna have to go through pretty much his whole catalog and see what else is there. Never even heard of this guy before, so yeah, this was absolutely fantastic. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like, comment down below, and if you haven't already, check out the original. That will be down below in the description, but we're a small channel, so I'm pretty sure you saw that video before you saw ours. Captain Paul, I'll see you in the next one.